Hello and welcome to another LEGO Train MOC Showcase video. This is a BR07 Dockyard Diesel, more commonly known as Salty from Thomas & Friends. Me? Build a diesel? What is this world coming to? Well, of all the diesels I wanted to make, especially Thomas characters that are diesels, Salty was the top of that list. Now, a BR07 is a very handsome little diesel shunter as well, and it gives me excuse to make this, as I can make this in the form of another Thomas character, again this being Salty. But one thing led to another, and I ended up really enjoying this build. There is a lot of black trimline tape being used at the front. The yellow bits are all brick built, and the grille pieces at the front are standard bricks. However, I have a lot of diagonal and horizontal lining techniques being used to create this look. Sadly, I couldn't find a toy of Salty to use the face, but I think I'm okay with that because this diesel shunter without a face looks so much more proper, and I think every time I see this, I am more and more okay with it. The buffer beams were an interesting piece of work, as you're never going to be able to use a standard magnetic buffer piece, so having to brick build the buffer beam and figure out where to place the magnet in of itself was an interesting task. Now sadly the magnet is sitting in a way where it's very loose. It's not exactly an easy thing to use, but after you couple it up to something and get it going, it's just as perfectly usable as any other standard magnet is. And the overall shape again came out really well, and it's nice to build something in yellow because, just building in a different colour, something that I don't really build in that often, it's a nice difference. So once the buffer beam and the running board were sorted, I then had to eventually move on to what is without a doubt the most tricky task of this model, and that is the cab. Straight away I knew I wanted to build sideways because it will let me get the window details on the sides a lot more better than I would if I were to build upwards regularly. Now this is not that difficult, but it was a bit weird in the sense that I wanted to make sure that I had some tiles and smooth elements on both ends. Now this was accomplished by using a couple of off-brand 1x2 plates that have studs on both sides of the plate. Now this is a piece that I have used before, so if you want to call it cheating, sure, you do you, but that in turn allows me to make something more detailed and more accurate. Now this is still relatively new, so I haven't been able to run this in yet, but there is no doubt that this is going to be an excellent runner. I've done everything I can to make sure that the magnets behave well, but this is such a handsome looking diesel, and that's something I never thought I would say. But the fact that it turned out as well as it did, I'm still kind of shocked that I made this. I made a diesel and I love it. And I hope you did too. So thank you all ever so much for watching. Make sure you are a member of my Discord server to talk with like-minded fans of LEGO trains and Nerf blasters. Consider following me on Instagram and Flickr for some sneak peeks and behind-the-scenes looks at future projects. Make sure you keep an eye on the community tab for polls and updates. Thank you all ever so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.